and get started. We're going to start in a seat, so whatever comfortable seat feels best for you. You can sit cross-legged. If you would like to start kneeling, that's fine too. And we'll start by sitting up nice and tall, finding a little bit of extra space in between each vertebra of the spine. It's called axial extension. And if it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. But if at any time that's not comfortable, just taking a soft gaze down to the ground is always acceptable as well. There may be times in our life when keeping our eyes open just doesn't feel very good for us. And sometimes when keeping our eyes closed doesn't feel very good for us. So we kind of have to take a little bit of time to notice, where do I feel the most free? Where do I feel where I can find the most release in this moment right now? And let's begin by taking a cleansing breath together. Deep breath in through your nose. And open your mouth, release the breath out. Let's do 2 more like this. Full inhale, fill your belly, fill your rib cage, fill your chest with air. Hold your breath in at the top unless you're pregnant. And open your mouth, exhale, sigh it all out. 1 more time, a big release. Full deep breath in, deepest breath you've taken all week. Fill your entire body with this fresh air and hold your breath in at the top. See if you can sip in just a little extra air. And then open the mouth, release your exhale, let it go. And take a few moments to settle into this time and space for your practice. This place for gentle release. Even though we have a big capacity for which we can hold experiences and memories and things that we have going on, responsibilities, it's also very powerful to release the excess, to let go of the things that you don't need in this very moment right now. The extra thoughts that you might have, the things that you might be holding on to in your mind and in your body. And even letting go of the things that come in from around you. So anything that feels a little bit distracting or takes your attention away from the present moment. See if you can allow everything that is not what you need to be sitting here and breathing in and out to gently fall to the wayside. When we pay attention to things, whether they are stories that we tell ourselves from the past or worries of the future, or any frustrations that make their way in, we're using energy. We only have so much energy to give out. And so this practice is an opportunity to bring that energy back home to ourselves. To release any of the excess that we might be carrying with us that we're putting into other things, so that we can be fully present to gently releasing the things we no longer need, to create more space for the things that we would like to invite in. So take a moment to ask yourself, what is it that I would like to release right now? Maybe it's something that you've been thinking about. Maybe it's something that you're feeling in your physical body. maybe it's just something in general that you'd start to like letting go of just a little bit more. What would you like to release? And know that releasing is a process. It doesn't necessarily happen with one intention or one time saying to yourself, I want to release this and I hope it just goes away. But by continually reminding yourself over and over again, this is what I release. This is what I'd like to let go of. And playing this back and forth, releasing and inviting in order to chip away at the things that no longer serve you. And so with this idea of releasing in mind and what it is you'd like to start to let go of today, take a moment to also ask yourself, what would I like to invite in? With the things that I'm releasing, what can I replace those things with? And it might be an idea or an emotion. If it's something physical, maybe it's health. And see if you can allow this practice of release to also be a space and time to make room for what it is you'd like to invite in. Let's take another cleansing breath together. Full deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh your breath out. And check in with yourself. And if you're comfortable where you're sitting, stay as you are. If you feel like switching the crossing of your legs would be good for you, go ahead and do so. And just notice what you feel when you do switch the crossing of your legs. You might notice a difference in your hips or in your knees, in other spaces of your body as well. So just pay attention to what it is that you feel. And with your eyes still closed and this idea of releasing what you don't need in this moment and inviting in the things that you would like to replace that which you are releasing. Just take your hands and spread your fingertips nice and wide. Reach through your fingertips. And then open and close your hands a few times here. And just notice what it feels like to take all of your attention to your hands and your fingers. Open and close the hands a few more times. And spread your fingertips nice and wide once again. And start to roll your wrists in one direction. Find a gentle release of tension that you might be carrying with you. And start to roll your wrists in the other direction, taking your undivided attention just to your hands. And then open your hands wide once again. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Go ahead and shake your hands out a few times. Just imagine that the things that you might have been carrying with you in your arms or your hands can kind of just flick off of your hands and release all of that. And then take your fingertips and bring them to your temples and start to give yourself a nice gentle temple massage here. Inviting a nice gentle release of tension, things you might be carrying with you that maybe you don't even recognize from moment to moment. And then start to broaden that massage. Maybe you move to your forehead or to the hinge at your jaw, or even to the space of your head and your scalp. So take a few moments to start to invite a gentle release now to the space of your head. Not just your physical space, but also the things that you're carrying with you, any of the excess that you just don't need. Any ideas or beliefs or thoughts that just aren't serving you right now. See if you can bring yourself into the present moment by paying attention to every inhale that you take and every exhale. With every inhale, you're inviting in that which you would like. And with every exhale, releasing that which no longer serves you. I invite and I release. Take one more deep breath all the way into this gentle massage for your face and head. And exhale, release your hands back down. And just notice, what is it that you feel in this moment right now? And gently start to release your right ear down toward your right shoulder and pause. And then start to bring your head back up to center, and then left ear down toward your left shoulder and pause. And back to center. Slowly start to move side to side, nice and gently here. And then the next time your head comes down toward your right shoulder, just allow it to release here. Stay here and gently move your head and your chin up and down, finding a gentle release for the side of your neck. A nice letting go. And then as you keep your right ear down toward your right shoulder, start to make a fist with your right hand, a nice gentle fist. And take your fist and start to give yourself a nice gentle tap to the left side of your shoulder. Actually, I shouldn't say gentle, really get in there. And start to allow a little release through your neck and your shoulder. And then as you continue to tap here, spin your left palm to face up and start to tap down the front of your arm, nice and slowly, down the front of your bicep, the crook of your arm and your forearm, and down into your hand. And then spin your palm to face down in the back of your hand. Start to tap all the way up through the outer aspect of your arm and back up into your shoulder and your neck. And go ahead and move in these circles once again at your own pace. This is one of my favorite things to do. One of my teachers, Liz, does this in our practices, and every time I do this, I really start to feel a nice gentle release. And so this is a really powerful way to not only get into a space of lymphatic drainage for the physical body, but also a nice energetic release as well. The next time you come back up to your shoulder and your neck, pause here, take a couple more taps. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, release your hand down, bring your head back up to center, palms face down, and pause for a few moments here. And just breathe into the sensations that you feel. Just notice the things that you feel. Take another full inhale. And as you exhale, left ear down toward your left shoulder, pause here and take a couple of moments before we come into the taps to lower your chin down and then lift your chin up toward the sky. Lower down and lift. A few more like this, nice and slowly. And just notice the places in your neck and your head where you can invite a gentle release a little bit further. And find a comfortable place to rest your head in stillness. Make a soft fist with your left hand and then start to tap into the right side of your neck and your right shoulder. And we'll take a little bit of time here. And just imagine that any of the excess things that you might be carrying with you, ideas and worries and stress, any of the things that you might carry the weight on your shoulders can start to melt away and release. And really start to dig in there. And as you continue to tap, spin your right palm up to face the sky and start to tap down the front of the right bicep into the crook of your arm and your right forearm, into the palm of your hand. And spin your palm to face down and start to work your way up the back side of your hand and your outer aspect of your arm, back up to your shoulder. And then a few more times like this. Take your time. So again, not only inviting detoxification through the lymphatic system in this gentle tapping in the body, but also inviting the energy to move around the body as well. So for some of us, we might even feel a little shift or a little tingle as we move. And then the next time your hand comes back up to your shoulder and your neck, tap a little bit more here. And then lift your head up, release your hand down, palms face the sky, and just pause for a few moments and notice. Notice what you feel. Notice what's there. Continue to invite in with every inhale and to release with every exhale. Spin your palms to face down on your knees, and we're going to take these half rib cage circles here as we breathe. So bring your chest and heart over toward your right knee. As you inhale, slowly start to round forward and bring your chest and heart over toward your left knee and pause. And exhale, move to the other side once again. Inhale, come forward toward the left knee. Exhale toward the right knee. And see if you can slow your breath down and match your movement to your breathing. And just notice what you feel. A couple more like this. One more time to the left. And one more time to the right. And then make your way back to center. Lift yourself back up, shoulders over your hips. And then just gently start to shift from side to side. Starting at the waist and the hips. Just a nice slow release side to side. Sit up nice and tall. Release your arms down to your sides, palms face forward. Find a little bit of activity in your arms. Lift up through your chest and heart. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, round forward, reach forward like you're diving into a pool. Two more like this. Inhale, lift up, lift your chest to the sky, arms open wide. Exhale, round forward, release. One more time. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, round forward. Come back up. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up to the sky. And exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Bring your intention home, releasing the things that you no longer need. Slowly start to blink your eyes open, and let's make our way onto our back. So come all the way down to your back. And let's release the knees here from sitting for just a little bit. So bring your knees into your chest, hold on behind your hamstrings, And then just start to bend and straighten your legs, either one at a time or both at the same time. And take all of your attention and focus to your knees in this moment. And just notice the things that you feel and where you can start to release, where you can start to let go. Bring both legs up toward the sky. Take an inhale. And exhale, bend your knees. Hold on to your shins, and you can stay here. If it feels good for you, curl your forehead up to your knees and take a couple of moments here in this little ball. Apanasana, a nice gentle release. A nice gentle rounding forward for the spine. Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly release your head back down. Keep your left knee hugging into your chest. Straighten your right leg all the way out in front of you. Full inhale like this. With your exhale, bring your left knee down to the right. Shift your hips forward or back and come into a nice gentle twist here. If you'd like to place a block underneath your foot or your knee, feel free to do so. I love blocks. I really like pillows and bolsters and props, so feel free to grab that. Keep both of your shoulder blades rooted down. And take a few breaths here. You might even lower your head down to the left for a full spinal twist. Take a couple more breaths here. Take another full deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, bring your head back up to center if it's turned to the left. Keep your knee over to the right. We're going to start to turn over toward the right and just scoot your knee over all the way to the right. We're going to turn all the way onto our belly. So come to your belly with your right leg straight and your left knee bent, and gently release your head down. Look over toward the left, toward your left knee, and sweep your right arm down along beside you, behind you. So reach your right fingertips towards your right foot and then relax your hand down. Pause here and pinwheel. Take a couple of moments like this. See if you can slow your breath down, really allowing your exhales to be a little bit longer than your inhales. Truly allow that space for release to be the space of your focus in this practice. Take a couple more breaths. Take another full inhale and an exhale, and check in with yourself. If you're happy here, stay where you are. If you feel like you can take this a little bit further, start to use the strength of your arms to come up into a Sphinx pose with your upper body, but keep your left knee out to the left. And we won't be here for too long, but shift or change anything you need to in this gentle Sphinx pose, a different variation here. Make sure your back is happy. If you'd like to straighten your left leg behind you, you can do that as well. So that might be a little bit better for some of us, so pay attention. And a few breaths here, just noticing the things that you feel and not pushing yourself too far, especially in a practice that's all about release. Make sure that this is really that time and space to release for yourself. full inhale into this Sphinx. And with your exhale, slowly start to release down. Go ahead and straighten your left leg all the way out. And we'll bend both knees, bring your feet up toward the sky, and then just start to bend and straighten your knees. You might rest your forehead on your hands, or maybe your head moves one side or the other side. Just take a moment here. Bring both feet back up to the sky. Take an inhale, bring your heels toward your glutes, and exhale, straighten your legs back down. Go ahead and roll yourself back onto your back. And then when you get there, bring both knees into your chest. Hug and squeeze your knees in here. Keep holding onto your right knee and straighten your left leg all the way down to the earth. Straighten your leg out in front of you. Take your right knee and slowly start to twist it down to the left. Shift your hips. We'll come into this gentle twist on the other side. And just notice if your right shoulder starts to lift up off of the mat, see if you can lower the shoulder down and maybe the foot and the knee come up, and that's okay. You can always place a block or a pillow underneath for support, or just place your foot on top of your left leg. And take a few moments as you breathe here. Slow your breath down and just notice this gentle release in the form of a twist. Maybe your head gently drops down to the right. Breathe deep. Soften any places that you might be feeling extra tension or tightness as we take a few more breaths here in this gentle twist. Relaxing through every space in your body from your head down to your toes. Take another full deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, lift your head back up to center. Keep your right knee over toward the left and slowly roll to the left, coming all the way onto your belly. Keep your right knee out to the right. Gently release your head down. Look over toward your right knee so you're on your left cheek. Take your left hand all the way down along your side, reaching your left fingertips toward your left foot. And just cactusing your right arm out to the right. And take a few moments here in this gentle release, in this pinwheel pose. And notice the things that you feel. Notice the space that you feel here. See if you can start to deepen through every inhale that you take and every exhale. And as you check in with yourself, you might stay just as you are if this feels comfortable for you. Or maybe you use the strength of your arms to gently push yourself up into a Sphinx pose here. And you can keep your right knee out to the right if that feels comfortable for you. If you'd like to straighten your leg behind you, that's fine too, coming into a traditional Sphinx pose. So mind whatever it is that your body needs here today. Breathe in nice and deep. See if you can relax through your face. release through extra tension. Breathe in nice and deep. And take a couple more moments here. Breathe in and breathe out. Pay attention to what you feel, releasing any of the excess, releasing everything around you so that you can be fully present to the experience that you're having right now. Take another full deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, slowly release your head down and straighten your right leg behind you. You might rest your forehead on your hands. And bend your knees, bring your feet up toward the sky. And this time, open your knees as wide as the mat and start to rock your feet side to side. Side to side. Nice gentle release for your back and your hips. Bring your feet back up toward the sky. Use your hands, press into your hands, knees point behind you. And let's make our way to child's pose. Bring your feet down to the earth. Crawl your knees forward. Come all the way into child's pose. Relax your forehead down. And in this child's pose, it might feel good to gently shift your weight from side to side. From side to side. Slowly start to make your way up to tabletop pose. And then again, let's make our way onto our back. A nice releasing practice. Laying down all the way. Start to straighten your legs all the way down to the earth and shift your hips to the left side of your mat, or your whole body, I should say, to the left side of your mat. So starting here. And then reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and start to pull your left arm toward the right. Lift your head and your chest and start to move your torso toward the right side of your mat. And then you can release your hand if you'd like. This might be plenty. You can stay where you are. If you feel like you need a little bit more, crawl your feet over toward the right. And then maybe, if you feel like you need even more, cross your left ankle over your right ankle. But try not to underestimate this pose because it can be quite a juicy pose without all of the extras. Your head might drop to the right, coming into Banana Asana. The pose name always makes me giggle a little bit. But this ripe banana shape for a gentle side stretch in your body. We'll take several breaths here, releasing and letting go. Inhale and exhale. Breathe into the left side of your body. Take one more full inhale like this. And one more long exhale. Uncross your feet if the feet are crossed. And slowly start to make your way out of this shape, shifting your body back over toward the left side of your mat, and pause here for a moment. Straight spine. And then take your time. Start to shift your way over toward the right side of your mat. And one thing at a time, start by reaching your arms up and overhead. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Slowly start to bring your torso and head over toward the left. And then you can release through the hands if you'd like. If you feel like you need a little bit more, crawl your feet over toward the left. And then again, for even more, maybe cross your right ankle over your left. It doesn't have to be the deepest stretch you've ever been in. Just let it be a nice, gentle, releasing stretch. Close your eyes and breathe in deep. Relax behind your eyes and through your cheeks and the hinge at your jaw as you breathe into the right side of your body, this space that's getting a nice, deep stretch. Invite a space of softness, not only to your physical body, but to your mind, your emotions, to the space that is beyond the physical and this moment, so into your spirit as well. Take a few more breaths into this side of your body. Take one more full deep breath in here. And exhale, let it go. Slowly start to make your way back to a straight spine, bringing your torso back toward the right, heel-toeing your feet back over to the right. And then when you arrive, start to make your way back into the center of your mat and hug your knees into your chest. It might feel good on your back to take a nice little gentle rock from side to side, similarly to what we did in child's pose, but now just giving our back a nice little gentle massage here. And then when you come into a nice space of release, hug your knees into your chest. Come back into center from your rocking. Start to open your knees, but keep your feet together. Reach down and hold on to your feet. If you can, bring the soles of your feet together and open the knees out wide for a reclining butterfly, holding on to the feet. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears and just take a couple of breaths into this space. So this is also a really nice option anytime we are asked to come into happy baby and it's a little bit too much. This is always a really good option to open up through the hips, but not get too deep into the places that don't feel right. So sometimes happy baby can bother our knees or bother our hips a little bit, and this can be a really great way to find release, even in a pose that is already releasing. Take one more full deep breath into this pose. And as you exhale, start to bring your knees back into your chest. One last time, give yourself a nice little squeeze here. Bring your forehead up to your knees if that feels comfortable for you. Take a full deep breath all the way in. And open your mouth, exhale, release. Find Shavasana. Relax your head, release your arms and your legs, and allow a nice gentle release of anything that you're holding on to with your breath or your physical body. so that you can come into a space of gentle stillness in this moment right now. Relax through your eyes, release through your face. Continue to allow yourself to have this time and this space in these moments for true release and letting go. In this space of releasing in Shavasana, if you feel comfortable staying here for longer, be here for as long as you'd like. Truly allowing this practice to come full circle, allowing yourself to continue to release, giving yourself that gentleness that you need for the rest of your day. Wherever you end up, whether you continue to lay down or you decide to take your time to slowly make your way to a seat, just begin to deepen your breath a little bit more. Start to find more release with every breath that you take. If you decide to end your practice laying down, I invite you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. If you do bring yourself up to a seat, maybe bring your hands together at heart center and gently bow your head. And we'll take one more cleansing breath together as we practice together in this space and time. Full inhale through your nose. Long exhale out the mouth. And as you move into the rest of your day, I invite you to continue to ask yourself, what can I release? What is it that in this moment is no longer serving me? It might be a thought. It might be an energy where you're placing your energy. It might be thinking about a certain thing. It might be directing your focus and attention to something. And then see if you can clear a little bit of extra space so that you can create more space for the things that will fill you up, for the things that bring more gentleness, more space, and more peace to your heart and your life. As always, I want to thank you so very much for taking your time to practice with me. The goodness and the light within me recognizes and honors the goodness and light within you.